Hello, welcome to episode 5 of Match Point Monday, and a lot happened this past weekend. We're going to start with the PGA Championship. Phil becomes the oldest player to win a major at age 50, winning at 6 under. It's actually his second PGA Championship and his first since 2005. Moving over to the NBA, the story is all about the young guys in the league. Luka, Ja, Devin Booker, and Trae Young all come out with wins in Game 1. The craziest thing about all four of those guys, no one really was picking them to win in Game 1. Of course, you have Trae Young going, with the Hawks going against the Knicks, Ja Morant going against the Jazz, Luka going against the Clippers, and Devin Booker going up against the Lakers. So no one really expecting them to win, and a lot of those guys, it's their first chance. Luka's the only guy who's played in one playoff series, also against the Clippers, but the young guys really showing out and really performing at a high level. And the league's in good hands. I think that's the story with the NBA, is that the league is in really, really good hands with Luka, Ja, Booker, and Trae all performing at a high level. And who knows? Maybe some of those guys can pull out a series. They're going to make it interesting, at least. Going on along with that, the series I really want to focus on, or the two series I want to focus on today, is the Suns-Lakers and the Mavericks-Clippers. As I mentioned before, the Suns and Devin Booker get a win over the Lakers that no one is really expecting. No one's really picking the Suns. We did. I picked the Suns to beat the Lakers at 6 or 7 games, and I obviously have them losing to the Nets. But Chris Paul's shoulder, I saw that he's absolutely going to play in Game 2. They need him in Game 2 and for the rest of the series to make it work. But I think they can beat the Lakers. They look great. Mikal Bridges played well. Devin Booker played well, of course, and they're going to need a Chris Paul, but really DeAndre Ayton dominated Anthony Davis, and Anthony Davis didn't play all that well, finishing with 13 points and 7 rebounds. If he doesn't play that well, the Lakers aren't going to win this series, and the Suns could come out with a W. Moving over to Mavericks, Clippers, Luka had a triple-double. I think he had 34 points in a triple-double win over the Clippers. That's huge because at least in the Suns-Lakers series, they haven't lost home court yet. Speaking about the Lakers, the Clippers have lost home court already. And Kawhi and Paul George, Kawhi is a proven winner. He's won, multiple championships. Paul George has had his moments, good and bad, in the playoffs. But if they lose to the Mavericks, they're never gonna hear the end of it. The Mavericks are a good team. They have a superstar in Luka Doncic, but the Clippers should win this series. But it's not over, just one game. But if the Mavericks end up winning this week and they go up 2-0 and go to Dallas, things could get really, really dicey for those Clippers. Back over to the Diamond. The Cubs and Cardinals played last night. Going into it, the Cubs were second in NL Central. Cards were first. That would stand, despite the Cubs coming out with the win. Went 10 innings before any runs scored. Javier Baez hits a 2-run home run, giving the Cubs a 2-1 victory. The Cardinals do score in late innings to secure the win. And last but not least, got to brag about my Texas Longhorns over the weekend. First, in women's tennis, they won the national championship, so I had a rep. And secondly, in the softball, they hosted a region, which was huge, and then they, due to rain delays and everything like that, they played 2 games against Oregon. They dropped the first one, and then they won the second one late in the early days of the morning. So they will advance to the Super Regional and play Oklahoma State. So great day to be a Longhorn. Great day for all sports because we have the PGA, we have the NBA playoffs. The weather's getting great. It's lake time. Everything's going good. But that wraps it up. All I can tell you to do is go listen to our episode with Leah Gingrich, who is a Longhorn, by the way, and making her way to the Summer Olympics. You should go check that out. You should go check everything else out on our website. And then you should also subscribe and get all the merch that you can. But that wraps up another episode of Match Point Monday, and we'll see you next week. Thanks.